Fast, 400 on the dash, 55 bills, but 50 for the tax on the bag. I don't really like to brag. Venom on socks when I'm stepping out of sight. Someone hit it in the morning.
I got one special car today that I picked up, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. It's a very unique car. Are you guys ready for this? We got a nice BMW 840i Gran Coupe today. Now take a look at this baby right here. What do you guys think? I think it looks amazing. But before we start, let's get a cold start on this baby. That's my personal car, in case you guys didn't know. Follow me on Instagram, you know, right here. 335_F30. But let's get a cold start on this. Fuel reserve, of course, because my cheap ass didn't fill up. Let's hear this cold start. My neighbors are gonna, I'm not gonna lie, my neighbors are gonna probably hate me. At least I didn't back that car up to the garage, because that would be way, way worse. But it's gonna be a nice 9 a.m. wake up call. You know what? Maybe I'm gonna do it when we get back. Alright, I want to do a quick review on the car first, on the 840, and then we're gonna get back to my car and then get a nice little cold start action, if you know what I'm saying. That's gonna be loud. Alright. Let's get a cold start on the 840i first. Now look at this baby. Look at this beast over here. And all that fancy schmancy over here. Honestly, I'm not even gonna go around to the back. It's not loud or anything. It's nothing special, to be honest. Pull off though. I always love to do this. Just look at that car. Take a nice little good look at it. Oh, I'm in love with that color. I'm in love with that car. It's just, I don't know, it's special. It's something special to my heart, because the amount of time I've put into that car, the amount of work and just love and money, and you know, it makes it special. That's what makes it special for me, at least, because I love working. I love working on the cars, but I don't always have a chance to do so. And when I finally got a chance, when I got that Beamer, I was like, finally, you know, this is my dream come true, being able to work on a car, being able to modify it, make it my own. And it's just, it holds a special place in my heart. But let's go get some coffee first, because, you know, you can't get the day started without coffee. Got a nice little extra large, 2 creams, 2 sugars. Got some Timmy's hooking me up, as always. How do you guys feel about this shifter? I think I love it. I think it looks amazing, but I don't know if I'd pay for that option. That's the thing. It's a little pricey. I'm pretty sure it's somewhere about $800, but I might be wrong, so correct me if I'm wrong. And yeah, I'm gonna try to find a nice location to film this car, and yeah, make a nice little review. I got a lot of things to say about this car. I found a few imperfections already for how long I've been in this car, you know, and I think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be good for everyone that's in the market to buy this car, because you don't really see them around at all. So the dealership this morning in this car, and I was looking at a 320i. I was curious what the exhaust setup looks like on the 320i, whether you can do a 335 conversion or not on those cars, and it seems like it's a pretty good fit, and we can make it work, because one of the customers is shipping his car out from Florida. He wants to do a full exhaust conversion. He wants to do a bunch of other stuff, full detail, and I'm down to do it. So I told him it's a green light, let's get it done. And I just wanted to double check, because from everything I've read online, it's a good fit, like it's gonna work, but I wanted to double check, so I went to the dealership and was crawling under cars. Some of the salesmen were a little weirded out about it, but you know, it's no big deal. I told them straight up, I'm not here to buy a car, I'm just checking the car out. I wanted to look at the exhaust setup, told them what I was gonna do. They were super cool about it, super nice about it. They're like, hey, no worry, go check out some cars and stuff like that. And they saw what I pulled in. I pulled up in this car. So originally when I pulled up, it was 3 salesmen that came out, not just one, 3 of them. And one came over to start helping me, while the other 2 walked to my car and started checking out this particular car because they don't have one for sale yet. They didn't get them yet. So it was kind of cool to see that this car still catches the eye of the enthusiasts and people that love BMWs. It's a little unusual car as of now before it goes pretty much mainstream. Yeah, I told him, I'm like, yeah, hop in, check it out, you know, seat in it, sit in it, and then, you know, whether you like it or not, I don't really care, but check it out. Feel free to check it out. They loved it. They absolutely loved it. They thought I worked for BMW at first, but I was like, no, I don't, but it's all right. All right, let's get back on topic. That's actually one of the next videos that's going to be coming up, is doing the full exhaust conversion on a 328i 2016, I believe, to a 335i exhaust conversion, but it's going to be a custom axle back exhaust, and we're going to do quad tips on it, changing diffuser out, and going to be changing some of the exterior out as well, and we're going to do the full detail on the interior and the exterior on that car. We're going to paint the wheels black. Yeah, so it's going to be fun build, good content. I love working on cars, so I'm always down to work on anyone's cars, whether it's cleaning them, doing full interior detail, exterior detail, whether it's wrapping a car, whether it's, you know, literally any modifications. As long as I know how to do it, I will feel confident doing it. So if any of you want to hit me up, feel free. Take a look at this. I don't know why people do it. I have no clue, but this is what triggers me. No clue what's going on. Car in front of me. As you can see, I'm going 31 miles an hour, and if you look below, it's 50 mile an hour speed limit. Why are you going 20 miles an hour? Like, come on, under the speed limit? Like, what are you doing, man? That's not safe for you, or that's not safe for us. Like, you shouldn't be going 20. Maybe, like, I get it, if you're old, you can be going, like, 5, 10 under the speed limit just because you're cautious, and I totally understand that. Your reaction time might be a little slower. Like, I get it, but 20 miles under the speed limit, that's a bit excessive. You might need to step on the gas a bit. Oh, God, he's not even behind me yet, and I stopped at the light. Damn, like, I stopped at the light and feel back. He's just pulling up. Like, damn, man. He is old, so, you know, I'm gonna let that one slide. I wasn't being rude. I wasn't honking or anything like that. I just casually went around him, you know, do my own business. Behind me, we have a BMW 840i Gran Coupe. As you can tell, it's the 4-door version of the coupe variant. So, and this car is finished in a nice white color, and it comes with the M Sport package, as you can tell by the brakes, the front bumper, rear bumper, and other details on the car. Let's take a look at this front end real quick. I am absolutely in love with these headlights. That blue thin, like a strip in multiple different places, and I think it looks gorgeous, and it matches with the BMW logo. So I think it's a nice accent, and it just that adds that little extra attention to detail. I'm looking at the front grille right now, and I honestly can't tell whether I love it or not, because all new modern BMWs come with huge front grills, and I don't know, it's just something I gotta get used to. I'm sure it's gonna grow on me. I'm gonna fall in love with it more and more as we go, but so far I don't know if I like it. Cool thing about this grill is that it actually closes and opens. If you need more cooling for the engine, it opens up, but when you don't necessarily need all the cooling, it closes and it looks flush, it looks beautiful. Can't complain. We have a little adaptive cruise control right here at the bottom. And let's get to the side. I love these wheels. I actually do like it. Personally, I would not buy these wheels. I think I would go with some a little more black. Just I don't know, it's my personal preference. My perfect car is black wheels, white exterior, red interior. So I forgot to show you one little cool feature. I forgot that I don't have a key in my pocket, but take a look at this. I do have this, which is BMW's new digital key. So let me show you how it works. Let's go to the driver's side, because I know it works there for sure, but let's get over here. All you gotta do is you gotta pull this out, whether it's in your wallet, you can keep it in your wallet. All you gotta do is come over here to the door handle like this, and the door closes and it opens just like this. You can hop in the interior after that. And if you try to start it, if you try to start the car, it's not starting. It tells you vehicle key is missing. So what you gotta do at that point is you gotta grab this exact key. You gotta open this, put it on a wireless charging tray right here, and you can start the car. A little cool attention to detail. I feel like everyone's kind of slowly going away from like the regular keys. Even with Range Rover, they have the bracelet where you can open and close the trunk, you know, with a bracelet, and it's kind of served as a key, but not really. I like the side profile. I think it looks absolutely gorgeous. Like, I have nothing against this car. It's a beautiful car, but you got to keep in mind that this car is a direct competitor with a Porsche Panamera. I actually wouldn't even put it next to the GTS Panamera because it's an 840. If it was an 850, maybe I would compare it to the GTS, but I don't think it's a fair comparison. Mercedes GT53 AMG 4-door coupe is also another competitor for this car. Personally, I've driven that car quite a few times, but it felt so underwhelming to me. Since it was an AMG, technically, even though it was a 53, I expected way more out of that car. And it was just an underwhelming experience. It looks gorgeous from the outside. The interior looks gorgeous too. And it sounds pretty good, but it does not drive as well as this car, I gotta say. BMW is still a driver's car, and it always will be. I like on these doors right here, if you take a look at the doors, I like the frameless doors, how there's no frame, and if you roll the window down, it'll just be that door and that's it. I think that's one unique design about the Gran Coupe, or like the regular coupes, that I absolutely love. Another amazing cool thing on this car, BMWs have been doing this lately. First time I ever saw this future, I guess it's a built-in future, but first time I saw this built-in future was actually on the Z4, on the brand new Z4, and it is the built-in ducktail spoiler. If you guys look at it closely, you can tell that it is kind of a spoiler. It slopes up right there, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. It's a cool little detail that just makes the car look that much more aggressive. And looking at the rear end of this car, it looks meaty, it looks white, it looks beautiful. I love the back end of this car, except for one thing. Of course, no car is perfect, so I'm gonna be a little picky. I'm gonna get on this car a bit. Tips, the exhaust tips, they look gorgeous, but if you look closely, there's the exhaust pipe right there. I think that looks ugly. Like, that is not how an exhaust should look. Like, whatever. No car is perfect, so every car has its own imperfections. And even this car has the little fake side vents. Even though they're fake, they do give this car kind of like a beautiful appearance, a little wider, meatier stance. BMW's keys have progressed and they actually look a little nicer compared to the previous keys. But what I noticed, the more expensive the model is, this top piece of the key right here is chrome if it's a more expensive version of BMW. If it's a little like a least expensive version, then it's just gonna be black, as well as the side profile right here. But adding the M Sport stripe is definitely a nice addition to it. Let's get in the car. Let me show you the back seat first before we get into it. I'm what, like 5'11", and honestly I fit good in here. Like, it's got some decent room. I still have some headroom, like not a lot, probably 3 fingers, but it's still a good amount of room in the back. I'm very comfortable. Definitely not a 3-seater because of the tunnel right here in the middle, but it's okay, no big deal. Less people you gotta worry about, so that's kind of perfect. And of course, as all BMWs come, you can fold this and becomes a pass-through tunnel. Also, if you fold this thing down, you got some nice extra storage, as well as the cup holders too. So all the cup holders right here pop up. And in case you guys don't notice, I'm gonna show you, like, this is the difference between that blue, like that navy blue, and the black leather in the back. You have your own climate control. You can heat it seats and your personal climate control. You have the, which is weird. This is weird to me because all the cars now come with the, not all the cars now, but modern cars now come with the USB-C. One weird thing I noticed is when you open the door, it kind of makes like a weird rattling noise. Like, I think it's because it's frameless and because it's a Gran Coupe. So it's a little imperfection, but no big deal. We can live with it. Let's look at the features in this car. One feature that really pops at you right away that this car has is that little crystal shifter. See what's going on? It's literally like any other new modern BMW, same layout, same everything. It is driver focused, so it is tilted towards you a bit compared to the passenger. Being a passenger in this car, you do feel a little more isolated from like all the driving stuff. So I guess it's kind of a nice thing if you are not really into driving. There is a double sunroof, but you got to see how far it opens. The back sunroof does not open at all, but this one does. And it only opens this far, like 2 fists. Like, come on, really? Like, look, it only opens up halfway. The next feature, this car does have a nice little wireless charging tray, which is very cool. I like it a lot because you can just throw your phone at it. You're not going to be distracted or anything, and your phone's charging. Amazing camera system. More cars need a camera system like this. It's just so much helpful, and it does have a front camera as well in case you're pulling up too close to a curb or something like that. You're not gonna hit it, and you're Alrighty, we're finally driving this car, and I've gotten to spend a couple hours in this car already, and I drove this car before too a couple times, just kind of get the feel for it and see what this car is about. One thing that I am so like undecided about for all the BMWs nowadays is this. Let me show you real quick. So let me park the car, pull up, hit and park, go to home, car, go to settings, general settings, engine sound, like, come on. I knew BMWs were pumping engine noises through the speakers and stuff like that, but I didn't realize to what extent they do it, because it's literally insane. Let me demonstrate this for you, just so you guys know. So this is like depending on driving mode. So we're in comfort mode right now. Like, it's not bad. Like, you can hear the engine a little bit. Let me get on the road real quick and I'll show you a little more. Oh, this guy actually drives pretty good. It's pretty quick. Like, you guys hear this? So then, if you put it in sporty, you guys hearing this difference? Like, come on. That's a huge difference. First impressions on the car. This car drives amazing. Like, I really love the turning on it. Like, turning radius is relatively small for how big this car is. And it handles really well. It handles like a true BMW does. It's a driver's car. I told you guys earlier that I drove the GT53 AMG, the 4-door coupe, and that it was an underwhelming experience for me. Versus this car, even though it's an 840i, it feels more exciting. It feels more powerful. It feels just kind of more special compared to that AMG GT53. Like, yeah, the AMG GT53 was, like, gorgeous. I can't lie to you about that. But driving-wise, it did not feel that special at all. This BMW does. Even though it's an 840, it still has a great pickup to it. And it sounds really good, even though it's through the speakers. But it has a good pickup to it. Like, I was impressed. Like, for an everyday car, this is a perfect car. Like, 840, I personally would go to 850, but I think for an average consumer, 840 is plenty of power. I'm pretty sure it's an inline 6 engine, and it's just, I don't know, it's just perfect amount of power. It's not too much. But it's quick enough. It's way quicker than an average car. Suspension is very soft in this car when you're in comfort mode, but it does not have that much body roll. Obviously, it's not an M car, so it's not going to be like crazy good in turns. But it is pretty nice. It is honestly, like, in sport mode, it handles the road really well. It's planted. You can go through the turns pretty quick without really having too much trouble. It holds the road really well, accelerates pretty good, suspension's really good too for a daily driver. For an 840i, it's not a sports car, so one thing I'm concerned about is how much it costs, but I know it's a direct competitor with a Panamera and the AMG GT, like either 53 or 63 four-door coupe, and those two are pretty pricey. I know this one's going to be a little pricey too, so I mean, I guess you win some, you lose some, but if I had a choice between the AMG GT 63 four-door coupe, Panamera Turbo, or the new M8, I think I would go with the new M8. It's a new car. It's the newest car out of them all, so you don't see them many on the road, as I told you guys earlier about the dealership and stuff like that. This blow-off valve sounds insane. Like, I don't know what it is, but it does sound really good, and you can really hear the turbo whistle in this car. It just kind of adds to overall experience of this car. Overall impression of this car, if I was to rate it 1 out of 10, I think I would give it a solid, like, 6.5, 7, but that's not necessarily for this segment of cars, it's for all of the cars combined. Like, if I was to compare it to C63 and stuff like that, like, I think it's a good car. 7 on my list is very high number. I'm very picky with cars, and I think this car definitely deserves a 7. It's a good car. It's a car that I wouldn't mind having. I actually want to have this car. I fell in love with it. The more I drive it, the more I fall in love with it. It's perfect. It has plenty of room for passengers. Like, it has plenty of knee room in the back. There's a lot of trunk space as well. Seats are comfortable. Looks gorgeous on the inside. Looks gorgeous on the outside. Definitely catches your eye. Perfectly balanced car, I would say. Suspension, engine, and steering, I think it's perfectly balanced. I might be a little biased because I am a BMW owner, you know, but I try to be fair. I try to, compare it to other cars. I am in love with some of the AMGs that I've driven, and I can't hide that because, honestly, some of the AMGs are better than certain M cars. I'm not going to say the AMGs are better than M cars. We'll never say that unless I truly change my mind. But some AMGs do feel nicer than certain M cars, in my opinion. But to wrap this video up, there was an 840i Gran Coupe, amazing car. Definitely, I want to have that car for sure. It has all the cool features, all the safety features, heated and cooled seats. It has a nice little crystal shifter. It has the 360 camera view. It has a key that's a credit card. Like, BMW's stepping their game up. It has a double sunroof, ambient lighting, it has all the new cool features. I'm pretty sure it also has a night vision, stuff like that. And this car is actually fun and exciting to drive. Like, it isn't exciting. It's a true BMW. That's why I love BMWs, because they're drivers-focused cars, they're enthusiast cars, and they're really exciting to drive, even though it could be a 328i, but it still feels fun and sporty, and like you want to throw it around and have fun with it. This car does not feel big whatsoever. This car does not feel like it weighs a lot. Would I buy this car if I had the money? Yeah, why not? I would definitely go with the 850 version or the M8, but I definitely would still buy this car. So, alright, well, thank you for watching this video. Hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Follow me on Instagram, 335_F30. If you guys want to see more of this content, let me know in the video. If you guys want to see more like daily vlogs and stuff like that, let me know in the video. I'm always in fun different cars, so I think it could be interesting for you guys. It could be interesting for me to make these videos. Yeah. Just follow me on Instagram, hit that smash that subscribe button. Don't even hit it, smash it. And I'll probably see you in the next video. Thank you.
What the deal is, don't care what the bill is. And I take all my gang in the village. I got real rich, pop the seal quick. Or the jet, I done took your bitch on field trip.
Fast, 400 on the dash, 55 bills, but 50 for the taste on the bag.